So, tell me about yourself.
Danny, can I say something first?
Yeah, what?
We really don't have to do this, you know.
Do what?
Well, I know how busy you must be. If you have other things to do...
You know, Cricket, you're a very perceptive young lady. You figured I had a lot on my mind, and you're right.
Well, what? Wow.
So, you know, this job makes you have terrible memories.
We're trying to figure out how
you learn lines and you forget your lines, and
Yes.
you have your life and you forget your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've seen pictures. Pictures always help, and
Yes.
and video helps.
I was wondering, how old were you in that photo when we did the first show? You were.
I mean,
15?
maybe well,
13?
I don't know.
13?
I mean, maybe 15 with you.
Okay, she's like 15. 15, yeah.
So what do you remember about me being 15?
Yeah, you remember.
We both had big hair.
I remember that scene. I think that you came over and I think I surprised you, or somebody brought me over to a photo studio and surprised you.
And I spoke in a very high-pitched, kind of like helium voice. Because I was
No, you have a great
13,
voice.
And you were Danny Romalati.
Oh, and it's so fun. And we've been watching some clips that some fans post. You know, they've got like you could see it's from the VHS. You could see the lines running through it and stuff, and it's so fun. And I was like, do you remember that scene?
We like text each other every day, like, do you remember that? No. Do you remember? And it's always no. It's always no. And it's so fun to see it again. It's like being a viewer seeing it for the first time.
It really is.
So
fun.
we totally didn't answer stuff.
Okay.
So
What do you remember?
I mean, I'm sure I thought, you know, it was Danny Romalati in life, and that was super cool. And I remember he had a lot of hairspray in his hair. Which Chicago boys didn't really have that.
Yeah, she was like, you have
coming out
big
here,
hair.
I was like, oh, nice to, and then I put my hand out.
Yeah, she got it stuck.
But like clearly we sort of have the same stupid sense of humor. So I feel like from the beginning we were appreciating each other's ability to understand each other.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, you came on, I think you came in for a brief period and then you left, right? Then you grew up a little bit more.
He's
came
like,
back
send
again.
her back in 5 years.
Send her back, bring her. Okay, she's grown up. No, and then you came back and you'd grown up.
And you were still here.
And I was still with the hair, and I think I had an earring then, and which I don't think your dad liked. He asked me to get rid of it.
I just got more holes in my ears, so he probably wouldn't like that either. But you know what? Times they are changing, and that's what made Danny Romalati the rock star.
It seems very organic. It doesn't feel. It kind of feels like, you know, time stood still.
Yeah.
It's surreal, actually, you know, and you know, same, you come into CBS and you get, well, of course the sets are different because Danny had the cool apartment.
Yeah, now we're doing it on Daniel's couch.
Yeah, and if we have any more coffee, by the way, we drink a lot of coffee at the coffee house, don't we?
Yeah.
No, it's good coffee though.
But what's great, I mean, we totally realize how lucky we are, because very few people are able to not only play the same, I mean, to do this for so long, like it just doesn't happen. Really only on soaps, like to be a couple for on and off for 40 years.
Yeah,
it's got to be a little bit less.
Yeah.
Maybe
a little less. Yeah, maybe. I know, usually because a character gets killed or something. You know. Well, no, I mean, on other soaps, not on our soap.
Phyllis could be around. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this the other day. Like, we're really fortunate. That's when the history of YNR and, you know, the fans that watched back then and now say, like, you know, this is reminding me of my childhood. I used to watch this with my mom. I used to watch this with my grandma. She would freak out that you guys are back together. You know, like all of that. That's what makes this incredible. And we don't take that for granted. We get it. And,
I think that there were just these real people, and people could connect with all of. I think the stories were so fun.
We had so much playfulness. Like for the people that see us now, who didn't get to see that, it's, you know, it's we try and incorporate it as much as we can, but
Yeah.
we had really fun scenes. And I'm not saying we don't now, it's just very different. It was very playful.
Yeah.
It was very much like, you want to do that with your boyfriend at home. You want to like chase each other around the couch and have played strip poker and pickle torture and race you up the stairs and, you know, and cook in the kitchen. Like they were real scenes. And I feel like that the audience was kind of on that journey with us of falling in love. And it was very, you know, sweet. And I think, yes, people that were our age when we were originally doing it would be like, oh, I want my boyfriend to do what Danny does.
Hey, all right.
It's so hard to pick, but when I do see scenes like we saw the strip poker scene the other day, or we saw cooking in the kitchen was really, really fun. I remember we'd be like, oh my God, we have to say these lines and then be cutting the onion at this line and then turn around and, you know, like so much of it was so technical, but boy, when they would come together, it was just like, you were just hanging out with us while we were cooking. So
we had a good time doing those. And do you remember the scene I told you about that was, I've never seen anything like this. Do you remember this? I don't know. I'll test you. Okay. I don't remember shooting it, but it's which one?
I don't know what you're going to say.
You don't know? Oh, okay. Danny Lauralee and Cricket fly up to the underground parking of, actually we used CBS loading docks in my Ferrari, and we jump out. They did this on one Steadicam, and we jump out of the car.
We hit the cameraman.
We bump into the cameraman. No, we didn't we? We probably did. Then we run down, and the band members and roadies, and you hear the crowd in the arena and everything. And it was all one shot.
Yeah, and he's running backwards, and we're running toward
We're laughing, and I know we're laughing because we probably did hit something. And you know, like the guitar player grabs his guitar and he falls in line, and everybody kind of weaves through all the way up onto stage.
It does a lot of pressure. It's like you can't.
It was a oneer, and it was incredible. And I was like, "Do you remember that? That was very unusual. First of all, for a soap opera, that was
like it was for a concert. So like all expenses were like.
Oh yeah. They did it up right, and those were really memorable. I saw it just the other day, and wow, fun.
Boat in the
the boat was
supposed to bring a tray of drinks, but it was really rocky. So you'd see her go out of frame
and then back into frame with the drinks. Yeah, it was like, where are the
gazing lovingly into each other's eyes. We're sleep deprived and maybe a little hungover. I don't know.
No, whatever it was.
But it was very funny. So, what was that? Was that from the honeymoon? I mean, you know, same, like it's a honeymoon suite, very nice, but I think it was like not used for a very long time, so it was a little musty. Smuggy? It was an M word.
It was, you got it right.
We were very tired, but it was great.
I can't believe you remember that.
I don't remember.
Air out the suite. It's like the presidential suite. You know?
We were in there for hours.
Yeah, well, when you have 30 crew members packed in the room with you, it's
in sweaty Hawaii. Maybe it wasn't true.
It was hot.
Despite popular belief, I'm not really
always,
like her.
Always in a good mood.
Oh.
Okay? Always in a good mood.
Cricket seems to put on.
Very happy. No, well. They need to change.
Maybe, okay.
She's always in a good mood. Okay. Always very happy and positive. And that's, but Cricket's that way.
Yeah.
Just take Phyllis out of the equation.
Danny and Michael are both very
she's always in a great mood. She's always in a great mood.
Creative, very creative.
Oh, thank you.
And they, they bob to the groove.
Okay, kind and creative. I like that.
They're always tapping their foot.
Yes. Yeah, I was tapping my foot. I was tapping it. I was like, I hear rhythm going.
I have it with Trish, where they would always have us say, whoa, but it was spelled WHOA. So every time we'd say it, we'd go, whoa.
Yeah.
What a
good one. You're really throwing some curves at us. These are good questions, by the way.
I mean, what we did see the other day, again, thanks to Brenda, is that we were always interrupted by the phone when we would kiss.
That's right. There was
You're
always
gonna
an
have to see
interruption.
this clip. It's very funny. But
She did a montage of how many interruptions.
first of
there
all,
were.
we got busy a lot in our
Yeah.
apartment, but people always interrupted.
Always.
Nina,
Doorbell, phone call.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of
So
interruptions.
that was
Yes.
like interesting to see. I don't ever recall. The only thing I remember doing just so often were the strawberries and whipped cream scenes. Like if you were gonna get romantic, like suddenly strawberries and whipped cream would be on the table.
Oh.
And I would be like, oh my gosh, I can't, like, really strawberries and whipped cream.
Danny loved fruit.
And now I'm like that would be fun to do again. Like those were fun. Like whipped cream, like
Well, cream
bites.
Yes. I love it. Let's do a lot of pasta too. There's a lot of cooking.
Oh yeah, we used to do that noodles scene too multiple
Yeah,
times
yes.
from Lady and the Tramp.
Yes.
And the one time that we did it, I couldn't stop laughing, and I love that they kept it in. I'm supposed to be sucking in this noodle, laughing. Oh no, not laughing, but I laughed through the entire thing, and they kept it. Those
Yeah.
are the moments
Yeah.
you live for.
We had a couple laughing fits. We got in trouble a few times. We're like, okay, you guys really have to get it together now. And just couldn't stop laughing. I don't know what it was. Might have been a drink tray going in and out of camera.
Well, Victor and Nikki, of course.
Oh, Victor, Nicky, that's.
Well, I mean, Luke and Laura, of course. Bo and Hope,
Luke-
of course.
Yes.
Yes. Brooke and Ridge, of course. I mean, so many.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so many on our, like, yeah. A lot.
Oh, yes. It's going to be.
With our
It's going to be the end of. It's going to be Grease. The end of Grease, right?
Oh.
We go together.
Oh, I wanna wear
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
that.
And
I
then
wanna
the
wear that.
car takes off into the sunset. Yeah, you got it. You can't. I mean, come on, you know. And oh my gosh, and his name is Danny, and we just
Oh, yeah.
changed Sandy to Cricket,
Okay.
and we got a set. Yeah,
There you go.
Right, you know, right.
Yeah.
It would be,
you can't.
it's a sweet love story. So, I mean, it's not really in our control, but sure, we'd be happy about it.
Oh, it's. I can see it. It's gonna. Yeah, it'll.
Oh, project it, put it out there.
Yeah, they have to. Come on.